Okay, have you ever pitched a tent? Me neither. But hi and welcome to PPT TV. I'm Coach Simone O'Shea, here to share with you today stretch basics without bending over backwards. Day by day, our bodies are pulled into certain postures either because we're not moving enough or we're repeating too much of the same movement. Stretching is a way to maintain posture and avoid pain and injury when performing exercises or just tasks of daily living. Okay, have you ever pitched a tent? Me neither. But if I had, and I had my ropes pulling tighter at the front of my tent than I did at the back, then I would end up with my tent poles leaning forward. Just as if I'm sitting over a desk all day, I have the muscles at the front of my body pulling tighter and then the muscles at the back, and then I'm left as unbalanced as a poorly erected tent. Okay, this can lead to chronic pain and injury, and we don't want that. It is important to note that it's more important to be balanced than it is to be terribly flexible. That means it doesn't matter whether you can kick your can 1 centimeter or 1 meter off the floor, as long as your body is as close to being balanced front to back and left to right. Now we're all a little bit out of whack, but just enough to help us prevent injury is a good start. And we can do this by following 2 principles of stretching. And our first one is to go slow into your stretch. This is because we have these little spindles inside our muscle fibers that if you go into your stretch too fast, they'll snap on and say, oh, not today, because we don't want you to cause yourself an injury. This will also prevent you from getting the most out of your stretching. Now, the second principle is to stretch with good technique. This is the difference between pulling the muscle in the correct direction and pulling on a joint capsule and causing injury. Now, I'm often asked the questions, should I stretch before I warm up my muscles? And should I be stretching before or after my training session? Well, you can stretch your muscles before they're warmed up, and as long as you're following those principles I just mentioned of going slow and stretching with good technique. There's benefits of stretching prior to your training sessions. This includes giving your body the ability to move more fluidly through a fuller range of movement, and this applies to both resistance and cardio training. You can also stretch post-training. This is actually quite nice because it can just return not only your muscles back to a relaxed state, but also your mindset as well. The good news is that you don't require any special equipment to start stretching, or even a lot of time for that matter. Although in my experience, it's best to get down on the floor and stretch after the kids have gone to bed. Otherwise I just end up with some kid jumping on my back saying, giddy up, honey, you're a horsey now. Okay, we don't want that. So when you settle in to watch your evening shows, instead of slumping on the couch, get onto the floor and do a little bit of stretching. Or even better, if you can step away from your desk a couple of times a day and just stretch out your posture, will stretch out your muscles into the opposite movement that your posture is. You'll feel all the more better for it. Now, these are just a couple of basics. I've really touched lightly on this topic. There's so much information on this. So stay tuned to PPT TV. More info on stretching and flexibility. Have a wonderful day. I don't want to stretch this out too much. So punny. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.